I've never been a huge Sonic fan, but then I played Sonic Frontiers, and it did absolutely nothing to change that.
You need to leave!
Now, I'm not saying it's a bad game as such, just that I found it overwhelmingly repetitive, boring, and quite frankly, lackluster.
Stop! He's already dead!
Fortunately, however, it's an easy platinum, requiring one playthrough and about 25 hours worth of playtime. There are a total of 41 trophies including the platinum, however it took me 29 hours to acquire them all. With the majority of these trophies involving collecting items, doing challenges, and completing the story. So, let's begin. Our journey begins with Dr. Eggman fiddling around with some ancient technology, and wouldn't you know it, it accidentally backfires, and it causes Sonic to get sucked into some portal, and with that, we're thrown right into it. This is what's known as Cyberspace, and right now is where we can get a feel for the game and utilise our platforming at high speed knowledge to complete a course in as little time as possible, whilst collecting as many red coins and gold rings as you can. But simply completing it to the best of my ability wasn't enough. I wanted to ace it, and in doing so I unlocked 2 trophies. One for achieving rank S time, and 2 for completing all the missions in the one cyberspace area. We then emerge in the open world of the Kronos Islands, where I make sure to explore every part of it and collect everything I see before progressing, and all is going well until I come across Ninja.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit!
Our first guardian and mini-boss of the game, who pose no threat at all, kind of like Ninja in 2026.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Shortly after this I managed to acquire 400 gold rings, which granted Sonic with a power boost. I proceeded to complete another cyberspace stage which rewarded me with my first Chaos Emerald, and with that completed the tutorial. From there I continued to explore the island and eventually stumbled across a Hermit Coco.
Hi, how are you?
And shortly after this stumbled across an Elder Coco.
Hi, how are you?
We'll come back to these guys later on in the video. From there, I went on to destroy my 100th breakable object, and then destroy a defenseless rock.
What the hell is even that?
I'm not even going to try to explain what's happening here or why, because I don't know the answer myself. All I know is a bunch of enemies spawn in, and a giant slot machine is placed in the middle of the screen. Way to reinforce gambling to children. By the time it's over, you'll likely have earned 2 trophies, one for encountering your first event, and 2 for earning 100 purple coins by participating.
Oh, fuck!
In all fairness, Big Chungus is actually a big help when it comes to the game's trophies and reducing the grind required to maximise Sonic's potential, but more on that later. For now, the fishing tutorial is complete.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Okay, by this point I'd seen more than enough and decided to move on from Kronos Island. But before doing so, I would have to face off against Giganto. And I have to admit, this part was actually fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Giganto had the last of the Chaos Emeralds, and upon acquiring it, we become Super Sonic. You gain superpowers, incredible strength, the ability to fly, and get to listen to some badass metal music whilst kicking some metal butt. I just wish I didn't have to go through such a grind to get here, only for the fight to last all of 5 minutes and go back to square one for every island. And I'm not kidding, this is the same rinse and repeat formula for the remainder of the game, with each island having its own titan that needs to be defeated. And with all the titans now defeated, the main story was complete.
Oh, hey, Sonic.
Well, it had to be done at some point. And I thought this would be a nice break before committing to the game's biggest grind. I'd probably say I spent a solid hour here fishing. By then I had caught all possible catches in the one spot, and had more than enough to trade with Big Chungus to fully max Sonic's stats. I then proceeded to buy the maximum amount of power and defense seeds, and made my way to the Hermit Coco to fully upgrade Sonic's defense and attack, and also bought the maximum amount of remaining Coco, putting me well above the required 200 for the trophy, and the necessary amount to then trade with the Elder Coco to max out Sonic's wing capacity and speed. With Sonic's full potential now realised, it was time to grind for the remaining trophies, starting off by completing all of the island's challenges in order to fully reveal their maps. Then, repairing all the portals that grant access to different cyberspace stages. And finally, by completing the side stories, with an additional trophy for completing them all.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Fortunately, the remaining trophies were merely miscellaneous, with the first being rewarded for acquiring all the skills, which this far into the game I only had one left to acquire, and it only took me this long to unlock, well, because I forgot all about it. I then proceeded to destroy every type of standard enemy, and then all Guardian enemy types, with the final trophy being for uninstalling the game. As always, if you've made it this far into the video, what's wrong with you? But no, in all seriousness, please like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. And most importantly, thanks for watching. No hedgehogs were harmed during the making of this video.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. She took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers.